Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play. This time around, it is Ardy Lightfoot for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Seems like a pretty simple game. It gets pretty difficult later on. Game. I press start. What more do you want? Anyway, I might as well just go ahead and start the game now before it kicks me back to the introduction screen again. And here we got the prologue where we will get used to the controls. Sorry about that fast start, but the game wanted to kind of test my patience there. You are Ardy Lightfoot. That blue thing that is jumping around is named Pack. I will get into the story later, but for now I might as well go ahead and mention the controls. Left and right let you move around. B automatically lets you jump, obviously, whenever you press it. Y and A lets you attack. If you have Pack, if Pack eats it, it's going to die. Down lets you crouch. Up lets you kind of look up, but if you keep holding up, you'll be able to hold this magic mirror that keeps you from getting hit as long as Ardy holds it. And he actually stops holding it even as you hold the up button on the control pad. I'm not even letting go of it, and he's still switching between holding the mirror up and looking up. That little move will prove to be useful later on. Now, as we jumped into this hole with all these stars, we have to collect 100 of those to get an extra life, by the way. We have no way to get out with our normal jump. Press B, then press and hold B again, and keep holding B while you're on the ground, and Ardy will bounce on his tail. Let go, and Ardy will pretty much boost himself up with his tail. In case you don't have Peck, you do have to do that in order to defeat enemies. So it's always nice to have Peck with you at all times. To push a block, just move into it. To pull a block, walk up to it, hold Y or A, and then pull it where you want to pull it, with left or right on the control pad. The tail bounce does not work unless you're holding B on the ground. Eventually you'll get used to the timing and you'll pretty much be tail bouncing like a pro. Also, we cannot get rid of this rock wall here. So let's pick up this bomb with Y, walk up to a wall with it, press Y again to let go, and then get away from the bomb so the bomb does not hurt us. If you get damaged in any way, on the first hit we lose Pack, and on the second hit we lose a life. So this is a maximum of 2 hits and you're dead. Now, the game kind of wants to be Mario at times, and sometimes it wants to be Sonic. When you are walking either left or right and you take 2 steps, Ardy automatically starts running. I mean stop, and then to say start. Even when you're in the air, you still gain momentum if you're holding left or right on a control pad. And while you're running, you can actually make much longer jumps, which allows us to clear that. In case we fall into a hole, we can just use our tail bands or use the platforms to get out of there. And then after leaping over those little rock blocks, we end up down here after standing on the loose gravel. All you can do is just go to the right and grab this tablet. Meanwhile, this shadowy figure behind the curtain is telling this mole guy with a spiky helmet to go do something, and he jumps to the left and does it, I guess. We'll be seeing them later on. But for now, Ardy Lightfoot, our hero, goes to this house, talks to this village elder, who's standing there with his daughter, and he reads the tablet. The tablet tells you where the rainbow crystals are. These crystals' locations are mentioned in this tablet, at least some of them. Don't worry if you can't read the text, because you'll be finding them all anyway. All of a sudden, the nearby village catches fire. As the village elder daughter Nina kind of doesn't want us to go, we kind of have to go there anyway. And now it's time for scene 1, mining town ablaze. And we got green guys on little helicopters dropping bombs, we got guys running away. I should also mention the heads-up display in the upper left. To the left is your lives, to the right is your stars. Collect 100 to get a 1-up. That's pretty much all you need to know about the heads-up display. And it definitely helps to get lives, collect as many stars as you can. Like I've said earlier, this game gets easy at the beginning, but it gets harder later on. And that's what happens when you get hit. You lose pack, and then you're pretty much forced to use your tail bounce to survive, which we had to do to get that green guy off of that villager there. And that guy almost slid into me. Now, there are chests in the game, and to walk up to them lets you open them. Some of them that one would have contained 10 stars if we had Peck with us, but because we didn't, Peck's already in that chest. So you want to keep an eye out for chests whenever you're out and about. And there's a green guy in that flaming wagon train there, but I managed to catch him. I knew he was going to be there. And I was able to basically stick Peck on him. This statue, when you leap onto it and stand on its head, lets it record your progress. This is your continue point. Now, once we get past those barrels, keep running to the right and try not to run into any bombs. That way, you don't have to rely on this chest to get Peck back. And you can get to the town well here, the town water tower, I meant to say, mostly unscathed. I know there's nothing on the roof there. Okay, I got the stars there on the way to the right. I just wanted to make sure that I did, because every star really does count in this game. And there's the mole guy. Once the screen centers, you want to go all the way to the barrels on the left, because this guy will bounce towards you, and if he touches you, you will get hit. And you don't necessarily have to do that. Oh. I went too fast, and therefore I didn't really trigger him going into the well. That was funny. Anyway, the mole guy with a spiky helmet and his little minions go into the well, jump in after him. You completed stage 1. And of course the village elder and his daughter Nina gives chase as you begin scene 2. They don't really follow you in, they just kind of wait for you in there. This is going to get a little harder, but not too hard, hopefully. Leap into this barrel. I'm going to jump to the left first. Inside this chest is an extra life. Now, if I die between now and the continue point, and if I wanted to go back to this 1-up, it will respawn. It's like the game wants you to beat it, despite the fact that it does get difficult pretty early on. And that little barrel platform zigzags, so you have to jump to the right at the right time to get over here. And now we got these little platform carousel. Some of them will have the green guys in them, in the little barrels. You also have those flying green guys, which can also be a nuisance as well. And you're going to have to time where you are carefully there to get to that third carousel. Here's a checkpoint. Jump out of the barrel and hold right on the control pad. Keep holding right. That way you won't fall into a pit. There's Pat because we lost him. And there's a flying guy because he wants us to lose Peck again. Which is never a good thing. Now, you don't necessarily have to go up here, but I want lives. And this is pretty easy as far as lives go anyway. There you go, another extra life. Now, let's tail bounce up here and try not to die a whole lot. Great. That was fun. Not. And this guy will leap towards us and try to fly. Thankfully, I managed to catch him on the tail bounce. And watch out after this chest, which will contain Peck if you need them, because they're not one, but two green guys. As you move to the right here. Also want to get rid of him too, because I forgot he was going to pop up there. Now there are two conveyor belt platforms. I forgot to mention the conveyor belt, so they're pretty much self-explanatory if you're used to any kind of platformers. That will break your fall on the first wheel. Not so much with the second one. There are broken platforms that you can't use. Also, the little green guys that are controlling these little carousels, they can hurt you if you touch them. So you want to be very careful. Now it's time to make our way to the right and start scene 3. Tunnel chase. You want to get onto the minecart. Otherwise, the minecart will be going pretty fast and you probably won't be able to catch up with it. You do want to duck like I did right there to avoid that low overhead. And after that, you're basically done. There are stars that you can pick up, but I recommend not grabbing them unless you really know what you're doing. And the guy that's throwing bombs down at you, yeah, if you just stay in the minecart, the bombs won't hit you at all. Once you go through the tunnel that you can't see through, you're going to get this little cutscene of sorts, where you chase after a green guy in a minecart. Those rocks are in the way, but, well, our little buddy here is going to get rid of them for us, so we can use the ramp. Awesome. But no sooner we get rid of him, then we got Grounder. That's the name of the guy with the spiky helmet. Now don't move. Otherwise, Grounder will hit us. You want to avoid the blocks, and you want to avoid the spiky helmet when he throws it, and when it comes back. You can walk out of the way of them, but you can also use the mirror thing that I mentioned earlier in the prologue to avoid basically everything. And you do want to tail bounce on his head in order to damage him. He goes down in about 5 hits. And the little mirror trick works wonders on the falling rocks that he creates when he stomps on the ground. And when he throws his helmet, and when it returns to him. He's a slightly darker color now. He's going to take one more hit to kill. Gonna use the mirror here to avoid that for good measure. And let's go ahead and grab the yellow rainbow crystal. We got it already. Awesome. Now, as Nina is praying for us to return from the well, this guy who's dressed like Indiana Jones jumps in after us. Not sure why. But we do come out of the mine there. And we head to this forest village. We talk to this old woman, and even though there isn't any text here, we do learn that this cat thief named Catchery stole the village's rainbow crystal, and we've got to get it back. And that sets the scene for scene 4, Lumberjack Forest. Seems pretty docile and carefree and innocent right now, but it is going to get harder from this point on. I am going to do 3 scenes per video. Prologue obviously doesn't count because it's super short. And I will see you next time for when we go through the village. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!